Hello everyone, welcome you to the lecture of a heat transfer subject. Today's topic is spherical coordinates. Here is a sphere, or you can say a very small element in the sphere shape which is given, or you can say a small element which is cut from the whole of the sphere. So already all the terms which are discussed in our previous lecture. Now we are moving toward the further derivation. Here first of all we have to find the A portion. So as we all know that first we have to find the A portion, then B portion, which is equal to C portion, where A which indicate the net heat accumulation in the all of the three directions, B which is the amount of heat which can be generated within the element, and C which is the amount which is stored within the element. So in the case of energy balance, we have to follow A plus B is equal to C. So first we are solving or finding the A part. So which is the net heat accumulated in the element due to the conduction of heat from the all the coordinate system, or you can say all the coordinate direction like r, theta and phi. First we will deal with the heat flow through the r theta plane, or you can say in the phi direction. Here is the phi direction. So here first of all here is the phi direction. So where q phi, which is the amount of heat which can be input in the phi direction, or if you give the name, then you can also write the surface of PQRS. For your understanding purpose, PQRS surface, some amount of heat which is entering in the phi direction. So which is known as the Q phi dash, it means heat input or heat influx. So according to the Fourier's law of heat conduction, the rate of heat transfer which is given as minus Ka del T by del X. So in the case of Fourier equation, the K indicates the value of thermal conductivity of material A, which is the area which is, or you can say it is the heat transfer area, or the area which is, you can say, perpendicular to the direction of flow of heat. And also del T is the value of change of temperature, and delta X which is the thickness of the material in which the heat is flowing. So here you can see the value of conductivity is minus K, or we can see the value of conductivity is K, minus sign which indicate that the amount of heat which can be decreasing. So here you can see, because we know that the heat is always flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. Say here is the higher temperature T1, here is the higher temperature T2. So if you take the difference delta T, then it is equal to T2 minus T1. It means that the difference of the inlet and, or we can say outlet minus inlet temperature must be less than 1 or in the negative manner. It means that some amount of heat which is decreasing, that's why we have mentioned the minus sign or negative sign. So K, which is the value of thermal of conductivity, then here what should be the area. So now if you want to find out the area of that surface of PQRS, then how can we find? So area is the product of, you can say, length into width, so dr into r d phi, which becomes the area for the q phi. So dr into r d phi. So here is the area dr into r d phi, and now the heat which is flowing into the phi direction. So here is the change in the temperature delta T, and here is the thickness. So if you want to mention the, or you can say in the direction, so here is the direction, or you can say the direction is in the r sin theta d phi manner, or you can say r sin theta into del theta, because here you can see the surface is not in a straight manner, it is in the form of a curved manner. Then we have to indicate the rate of change of temperature in the direction, or you can say with respect to the r sine theta into d phi direction. So if was here you can see the surface is a straight, it means that you can write del t by del r in the case of this surface. But in the case of this surface, here you can see it is not a straight line, which is a curved line. That's why we have to mention the term del t upon r sine theta del phi, because here you can see all the terms with respect to phi are constant, r sine theta. That's why we have written r sine theta first and after that del phi. So here is the r sine theta into del phi into some time interval d tau. We cannot use t as a time because already t which is written as a temperature term. So for in the case of time difference we are using tau, or you can say d tau, which is nothing but a time interval, say 5 seconds, 10 seconds and so on. Now some amount of heat which is coming out from the element, which is known, or you can say which is written as q phi plus d phi, so which is equal to some amount of heat which is entering. So here first of all the amount of heat which is coming out from this surface, or you can say UVWX. So here is the surface from which some amount of heat which is coming out. So if you want to find out this value, then it is equal to amount of heat entering into the surface plus the rate of change of heat in the r sine theta d phi thickness. So here you can see the rate of change of heat which is given as del q phi, and here is the direction which is r sine theta into d phi, and within the thickness of r sine theta into d phi. So here you can see as the rate of change of temperature in the phi direction, which is in the case written as del t upon r sine theta into d phi. Similarly, the rate of change of heat within this direction of r sine theta d phi, which is written as del q dash r sine theta del phi. And here we have to mention the thickness, because some amount of heat which is flowing into this thickness of r sine theta into d phi, which is the thickness of the material in our required phi direction. So now further solving what happens. So here is the q phi plus d phi, which is equal to q phi plus the rate of change of q into the r sine theta del phi and into the r sine theta d phi thickness. So now the net heat accumulated in the phi direction, which is given as input minus output. So here is the input, here is the output, input minus output. So here you can see, if you deduct this both equation, then here is the q phi, here is the q phi. So q phi which gets cancelled out, and only the minus del r sine theta del phi into q phi dash into r sine theta d phi remains. Only this term remains, because here is the q phi, here is a q phi, so both these terms are similar, so gets cancelled out. So now we have the value of q phi dash, or in a very simple manner we have to place this value of q phi dash, this value, into our required equation. Here we have to place the value of q phi dash r sine theta d phi as it is, So now here with respect to phi, the value of k which is constant, dr which is constant, r which is constant, theta also with constant, r constant, sin theta constant, d tau also constant, r constant, sin theta, and d phi also constant, because here d phi which is the thickness. So here you can see the thickness which is constant with respect to phi direction. So if we do the further solving, then all the constant term which are written over here, so k as it is, here is the k, dr into r d theta as it is. Now here is r sin theta into d phi, so here is the r sin theta, so r sin theta placed over here, d phi, so here d phi as it is. So now the remaining terms are 1 upon r square, here is r sin theta, here is r sin theta, so it becomes 1 upon r square sin square theta into del phi of del t by del phi, so simply it becomes del square t by del phi square into d tau, because here the del phi of del t by del phi, which is equal to del square t upon del phi square. Second differentiation of t with respect to phi, d tau as it is. So here is the required equation dq phi. Similarly, we have to find the value of dq r and dq theta, so that now we can find all the values and place the value in the case of a. So simply a becomes dq r plus dq phi plus dq theta. So we have to find out each and every dq term in each and every direction. So first step is clear, we have the value of dq phi. Now we have to find out the value of dqr as well as dq phi, or you can say dq theta. So in the theta direction, or we can say r phi plane, amount of heat which gets inletted. So in the case of phi direction, so next one is the theta direction. So here is the theta direction, here is theta direction. So amount of heat which gets inlet in the theta direction. So if you want to find out the value of area, then it becomes dr into r sin theta d phi, which becomes the area. Here is the r sin d phi into dr. So dr into r sin theta d phi, k as it is, and also the del t in the direction of theta, or you can see the rate of change of temperature in the rd theta direction into some time interval d tau. Similarly, heat which is coming out, which is written as heat input plus whatever the rate of change of q within the r del phi direction into the r d theta thickness. Here is the thickness, here is the direction. This thing indicate the direction, this thing indicate the thickness. So if you solve this with a dq theta, which is equal to q theta minus q theta plus theta, so heat input minus heat output, so you can easily find the value of minus del r into del theta of q into q theta into rd theta. So now our next step is to place the value of q theta into this equation, or further solving you can easily find the value of dq theta, which is equal to minus del r del theta of minus k dr r sin theta d phi del t upon r d phi into d tau into r d theta. So now placing all the constant terms from out of the bracket, so minus minus which gets plus, k which is constant, so place as it is, r which is placed as it is, into dr, so dr place as it is, r constant again place as it is. Now sin theta is the variable with respect to theta, so here we are placing sin theta into the bracket. D phi which is a constant with respect to theta, so this d theta which is constant term place it is, and this r which is constant with respect to theta, so r place as it is. D tau again it is constant with respect to theta, because it only indicate the time interval, and r into d theta. Here you can see d theta, which is the thickness, or you can say distance, so which remains constant with respect to theta. So r d theta, which is again you can say constant. So here you can see r d theta, which plays as a constant term. So now if you want to find out the value, you have to identify the volume element. So here you can see, here was our volume element dr r d theta r sin phi into d phi. So if you make, or you can say if you simplify this equation in the form of volume term, then you can easily get cancel, or you can say you can easily found your required equation. So here you can see, if we introduce all the volume term, then what the terms are remaining. So here you can see dr as it is, k as it is, and here you can see dr r d into theta. So r d theta, which is also here. So first the dr, so dr as it is, r d phi, or you can see r and d phi. So both terms are here. Again r, so here is again r into d theta. So here is the d theta. So now we need the sine theta. So here you can see, if we place a sine theta here, then we have to divide this term as a sine theta, and also here this r and this r, which becomes r square. So this whole term becomes the volume term, and all the remaining terms, which is 1 upon r square sine theta into del theta of sine theta into del t by del theta into d tau, which is the required equation in the case of theta. So if you want to find out the same value for the r direction, then here is the heat input, or in the r direction, here is the r direction. It means that this surface, so amount of heat which is entering in the r direction, here is the qr. So in the case of qr, if you want to find out the value of the area, then it becomes r d theta into r sin theta d phi. Just cross checking r d theta into r sin theta d phi. K term, all the terms are placed as it is, qr plus dr. So qr plus del r of qr dr. It means that heat input plus whatever the rate of change is of heat in the r direction and in the dr thickness. So net heat accumulation in the r direction or in the radial direction, which is equal to heat input minus heat output. So further it can be reduced as minus del r of q dash r into dr. And if we place the value of q dash r, then now the equation we can return. And also if we further solve this equation, then placing all the constant term out of the bracket, so minus k, minus become plus, so plus k, r which is not a constant, so placed inside the bracket, this r and r which place inside the bracket, so it becomes r square and del t by del r. Remaining all the terms are constant, so placed out of the bracket. Del tau, which is also constant with respect to r, and dr, which is the value of the thickness, so again it is constant with respect to r, so dr plays as it is. So now you can see, if you want to arrange the volume terms inside the bracket, then you have to manage all the remaining terms. So here you can see, multiply this equation with r square and dividing with the same with r square. It means that here what are we doing, r square upon r square. It means that know the value that we are changing, so r square upon r square. So this numerator r square, which is in the form of r into r, so it becomes r square, and here is the denominator r square. It means that we have not changed the value of this step. So here is the value of dqr. So if you want to find out the value of a, then which is equal to dqr plus dq phi plus dq theta. So in all the term, these are the volume term. So here is the volume term. So all the volume term which remains constant, k also which taken as constant, and also the time interval which also taken as constant. So here is the term in the case of phi direction, here is the term in the case of theta direction, and here is the term in the case of r direction. And also if you want to find out the value of B, which is the amount of heat generated within the element, so which is known as the Qg dash, which is the total heat generated, and small qg, which indicate the amount of heat generated per unit volume per unit time. So here you can see multiplying this small qg with volume element as well as the time interval d tau, so you can easily find the value of B portion. And C portion, which is equal to mc delta t. It means that m, which indicate the mass flow rate, or you can say mass, into a C, which indicate the specific heat, and delta T, which indicates the change of temperature. So here you can see, if you want, we know that the value of density, which is equal to mass upon volume. It means that the mass, which can be written as density into volume. So here is the mass, or you can say density into, here is the volume term our given element C, which is the indicate the specific heat of material and rate of change of temperature with respect to time into our particular time interval. So now A plus B is equal to C. So by placing all the value of A, and here is the value of B, here is the value of C. So all the volume terms which are same or constant, and also the time interval which is also constant. So all these things which gets removed. So finally the equation which remains 1 upon r square sin square theta into del square t upon del phi square plus 1 upon r square sin theta del phi of sin theta del t by del phi plus 1 upon r square del r of r square into del t by del r plus qg by k, because here also we are dividing all the terms with k. So here you can see k which gets cancelled out. Here becomes qg by k, and here you can see rho c by k into del t by del tau, and also the k by rho c, which is also known as the thermal diffusivity alpha, and also we have discussed about it in our previous lecture. So here is the required general heat conduction equation in the case of spherical coordinates. So now here is a question for you: derive the general heat conduction equation in a spherical coordinate. You have to solve this equation and send it to Google Class.